Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. Big money, big delays. The corporate decision draws attention. And a high-profile court appearance sparks political turmoil on Capitol Hill. And the Attorney General has some fiery responses as she's put in the hot seat.
Wednesday, you guessed it, we're still a little bit hot out there, high sticking in the mid-90s, but if that's not for you, we got a cool front coming tomorrow night, and it'll bring back the lovely cool mornings. All about the weather coming up.
And the St. Joseph Lady Flyers volleyball team battled St. Anthony in district clash last night. We'll highlight last night's game later on.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and welcome to your Wednesday morning. We're halfway through the week, and the heat is still on, even though I know many of you, including I, have started decorating. I'm going to get my pumpkin today, and I got to pick out my Turkey Fest outfit if I'm going to make it.
You know, that might not be a bad idea. You know, I was thinking about getting a pumpkin myself, but I was worried that the heat might kind of get to that. And
well, just don't carve it yet.
Just don't carve it, okay.
Yeah.
That's good information. Good information for y'all as well. But what we were talking about, the heat, well, if you haven't stepped out the door yet, why don't you? Because you're going to see what we're talking about. It's 71 degrees still in Victoria, but the humidity, let's talk about that. Yesterday morning, I promised y'all the dew point would be back in the 70s. Here it is. It's at 70 right now. Yesterday it was in the upper 60s. And that's brought our humidity up to 96% this morning, which would technically be enough to see fog, but we're not working with too much of that out there this morning. If anything, it's going to be really, really light, really thin. Not expecting that because we still have a little bit of mixing in our winds today. They're out of the northeast right now. Now, if they were out of the Gulf, that would be a different story because they'd be calm to the light and bringing all that humidity out of the Gulf. That's a drier wind. And that drier northeasterly wind is going to be with us all day today, bringing us a little bit less of a rain chance than yesterday. You can see yesterday my 20% chance I had came true. Some of us saw as high as even an inch and 3/4, 1.85 inches near Palacios. But today, like I said, not too much of that. So if you're sending your kiddos out the door this morning, pack them those sunglasses. It'll be a tad hot today. We'll have those details next.
ExxonMobil slams the brakes on its $10 billion plastics plant project in rural Calhoun County, leaving the future of the development hanging in the balance. The company planned to start construction next year, but a spokesperson now says market conditions don't support moving forward yet. According to the Texas Tribune, activist Diane Wilson believes her lawsuit over a school district tax break deal played a big role. A judge ordered the district to redo the hearing after finding the public wasn't properly notified. ExxonMobil maintains they are still interested in developing a plant in the area, saying as part of the statement they are confident in their growth strategy. The statement goes on to say they are maintaining good relationships with community leaders and contractors in case the project can continue at an undetermined date. Former FBI Director James Comey heading to court today. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has more on the 2 charges he's facing. This all happening on the heels of Comey's combative hearing with the Attorney General.
This morning, former FBI Director James Comey is set to be arraigned at a federal courthouse just outside Washington, D.C. Last month, Comey was indicted and charged with lying to Congress and obstructing congressional proceedings, allegations he denies.
I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Comey's indictment came after President Trump pressured the Justice Department to prosecute his political enemies, including Senator Adam Schiff, New York Attorney General Letitia James, and Comey.
If they're not guilty, that's fine. If they are guilty or if they should be charged, they should be charged.
Comey was indicted by newly appointed U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan, a former Trump defense lawyer with no prior prosecutorial experience. She replaced a different U.S. attorney also appointed by Trump, whose sources say did not believe there was enough evidence to prosecute Comey. Comey's indictment, a main topic of a debate in a fiery Senate Judiciary hearing on Tuesday with Attorney General Pam Bondi.
I'd like to know from you what conversations you've had with President Trump about the indictment of James Comey.
Senator, I am not going to discuss any conversations I have or have not had with the President of the United States.
Did you see that the night before James Comey's indictment? You had dinner with the President of the United States. Pretty intimate group.
Actually, there were a lot of people there that night. That's a great
picture. Was
picture.
James Comey discussed at that dinner?
I love that picture. That's a great picture.
Democrats demanding answers, but Bondi defiant.
This is supposed to be an oversight hearing.
Oversight.
Excuse me, you can attack me after my time is over.
You've attacked all of us, including President Trump, for your entire career.
You can attack me later, and
Ahead of Comey's arraignment, the Department of Justice has added 2 assistant U.S. attorneys from out of state to work on the case. An FBI agent was reportedly relieved of duty after refusing to help stage a public arrest of Comey, though FBI Director Kash Patel called those reports false. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Attorney General Pam Bondi faced questions from the Senate Judiciary Committee. Bondi delivered fiery responses on questions on a variety of issues, including National Guard deployments in U.S. cities, files related to Jeffrey Epstein, and the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey by a federal grand jury. Democratic lawmakers on the committee accused Bondi of weaponizing the Justice Department against people President Trump views as his enemies. Bondi consistently denied those allegations and refused to discuss specific investigations. 5 people have been arrested following a suspected assassination attempt against the Ecuadorian president. Around 500 people surrounded President Noboa's car, throwing rocks. Authorities say those detained will face terrorism and attempted murder charges. Signs of bullets were later found on the car, but Noboa was not hurt in the attack. This all comes amid unrest in Ecuador after the government said it would end a subsidy on diesel. Last night, communities celebrated their local law enforcement with National Night Out. National Night Out began in August 1984, becoming an annual tradition for communities to connect with local police, firefighters, and first responders. These shots are from the Lake Forest neighborhood yesterday. There were plenty of games, toys, and food for families in attendance. National Night Out is celebrated the first Tuesday of October in Texas. And remember, follow us on YouTube, Crosswords Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time now, let's see, it's 6:37 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. What's on the ballot may impact every household in unexpected ways.
It's been more than a week since the government shut down and both sides haven't budged. I'm Nicole D'Antonio in Washington with the details and the critical services being impacted across the country.
And also coming up next after the break in the short-term forecast, you heard me say today it's going to be a little bit hot, but we will have a slight rain chance. So coming up next, I'll tell you just when I think that rain might be here. Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Weather Wednesday. For your Wednesday, we're still looking hot out there. That's going to be courteous thanks to our mostly sunny skies, and you're going to see that right here on your feature tracker. Here's 9 a.m. Looking pretty sunny out there, I'm thinking, if you ask me. Here's noontime, still looking mostly sunny. Maybe a few passing clouds trying to form out there off the daytime heating. And as we go into the afternoon time, sometime around 2, maybe between 2 to 4 p.m., we're going to pick up to an intervals of partly cloudiness out there. You can see here's 2 p.m. And we'll also pick up that chance for rain up to 10% today, just 10, less than yesterday's 20%. Today we'll have a 10%, maybe just to see a couple spotty showers around the area, somewhere between 2 and 5, maybe 6 p.m. Here's 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Before going into tonight, that rain activity and the cloud activity will clear up, and we're looking mostly clear. And that'll let our low temperatures drop into the low 70s. I'm thinking 72 in here in Victoria tonight. But the mostly sunny skies for the 90% of us that don't see the rain today, that'll bring us a high of about 94 in Victoria, which is 7 degrees above where we're supposed to be. Our low temperature is 8 degrees above where we're supposed to be. And you can see everyone else is going to be looking about the same, mid-90s for highs, low 90s on the coast today next to that humid Gulf water, and low temperatures tonight, most of us in the low 70s, coastal counties in the mid and upper 70s, unfortunately. But if that's not for you, the heat's not for you, we've got a cool front, like I said, coming tomorrow night. It'll be with us, bringing us low temperatures back into the low 60s, maybe upper 50s in northern counties. And we have an even bigger front on the way soon. We'll talk about that in the tropics next.
The St. Joe's Lady Flyers volleyball team faced St. Anthony Yellow Jackets at home last night. And Lady Flyers, they're looking to stay undefeated there in district play, and they would do that right away. They started off strong in the first set, winning 25 there to 15, and then they would win there in straight sets there. It was actually future Flyer night there last night, and senior Jordan Johnson had 12 kills and 9 digs, with Maitland Montgomery having 10 kills, 3 digs, and then 3 blocks. And after the game last night, both Johnson and Montgomery talked about playing with each other has been for both of them this season, and how that's helped out the team.
My favorite blockers to block with. Her personality is just great. We get along very well, and just being like one of the 2 most dominant players on the team, like it just feels so amazing to have her like on my side with the court.
She's so sweet. She's honest, and she's very just in general. She's very sweet, and she'll like if you're doing bad in a game, if you're doing not your best in a game, she'll kind of hype you up. She'll be like, it's okay, don't worry about it. Let's just try to do this instead.
Even though Montgomery and Johnson had big-time games there last night, Lady Flyers also honored libero Jordy Ibarra for having 1,000 career digs, and also Zoe Henning as well, because she had 1,000 career assists there from, again, their entire career. So did that after the game, and it was big-time performances for both of them as well last night. And Lady Flyers, they're going to be back in action there tomorrow as they face another district opponent, San Antonio Christian, on the road. This is Max Williams, 25 News Now Sports.
We want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can stream our daily newscast and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. Now to the latest on the government shutdown. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington, where both sides are digging in, with Democrats seeking negotiations on expiring health care subsidies that could double insurance premiums for millions next year, while Republicans say they won't discuss anything until the government reopens.
This morning, the stalemate between Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill dragging on for more than a week, now impacting air travel across the country.
Is it because of the shutdown that you guys are going? It's for staffing.
Flight delays can be seen across the country as air traffic controllers call out sick, causing staffing issues and flight delays for millions of families. Overnight, Nashville's tower operating with extremely limited staff and causing some of its traffic to be handled by a team in Memphis. The National Air Traffic Controllers Association urging members to report to work, but say members must be able to pay their bills.
We work evening shifts. We work midnight shifts. We have single parents. And when you're not even able to afford the child care, those are going to be the very difficult decisions that are made.
In Washington, President Trump now signaling that some of the 750,000 furloughed federal workers may not receive back pay when the government reopens, even though it's a law he signed during his first term. The suggestion drew sharp bipartisan criticism.
The law is clear. Every single furloughed federal employee is entitled to back pay.
There's a lot of good, hardworking people out there. It's just, I don't think that is helpful discussion right now. Let's get out of the shutdown.
Trump tried to soften the potential impact when questioned about it at the White House.
For the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way. Okay?
President Trump would not say which workers stand to lose that money, and that question is having a big impact on furloughed workers across the country.
If we don't get back pay, that's going to be devastating for a lot of folks, a lot of federal employees, because they're going to, they depend on that back pay money to catch up on their bills.
When the president was pressed about if he would repay federal workers post-shutdown, he said he would follow the law. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
The constitutional amendment and joint election are just weeks away, and Texans have a lot to decide. There are 17 propositions on the November ballot, including the Texas Water Fund. It's designed to keep water flowing to homes and businesses even during outages or emergencies. This fund could mean more workers to monitor and manage water systems before problems start. Local political expert Woodrow Wilson Wagner II says water may seem like a small issue until it's not.
Water is perhaps the most important basic thing ever, right? And if we don't have water, things go to a halt, not just in our homes, but in our businesses.
Early voting goes on October 20th through the 31st. Election Day is November 4th. The time now, let's get a look at our clock up here. It is just about 6:46 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come on Sunrise. A kitchen staple turns 80 years old, but do you know its surprising origins? All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday, a happy belated birthday to Kayala. I want to wish my baby girl a very happy 18th birthday. It's a special week for you and special to me as well. Time just moves too fast, but nothing or no one will change my love for you. Pray that you have a blessed day. Love always, Dad. Hashtag Seniors 2026, go Titans.
Oh, I love that sweet message. Happy 18th, Kayla. And also a happy birthday to Jameson. He's turning 7 years old today. Nina and Bobo, love you.
Happy birthday to Bruno Mars. Hope you get to celebrate with some fillets and good company.
That's right. Happy birthday, Bruno. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com. Just click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
It's now 6:47 on our Wednesday morning. I want to wish Kathleen and Erica a very happy birthday, and happy birthday to you if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday, y'all. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I'm sure a lot of y'all saw the 7-day forecast a few moments ago, and you saw what I was talking about, how this cool front is going to be nice to us for the night times in the mornings. You can see low temperatures are dropping down to the 60s, 67, I'm thinking, in Victoria Thursday night, Friday morning, 63 in Victoria Friday night, Saturday morning, and then we're back to 65, 68, 69, thanks to the Gulf wind, southeast wind returning by Sunday and Monday. All that thanks to ahead of a large system that will be coming out of the Pacific, bringing us possibly our next real fall cold front. Now, I know this next front that's coming our way tomorrow night, you're like, Parker, that's not even a front. Our highs are dropping just a couple degrees down to the low 90s. Where's the real fall cold front at? Well, it's out there, I promise you. Looking at satellite, you can see the high pressure that's going to be bringing us our mainly sunny skies for the next several days. Right here, you can see it spinning clockwise like that. Here's a very this is a front that's draped across the entire country. That's not going to be coming our way, but it is bringing some very stable conditions for the northern states. Very clear up there. But where's the front? Where's the one that we're worried about? Well, here it is, y'all. It's way out west. We're talking west-west. Here's Japan, here's China, and here is Russia way up here. You see how the clouds are moving from west to east like this and really quickly? All those winds are like that because here's the front. There's a low pressure system right here that is dragging all of this very, very cold air over China and Russia right now, eastbound across the Pacific. Also thanks to Super Typhoon Halong, which is a Category 4 hurricane out there. In our terms, it'd be a hurricane. But also looking for good news in the tropical department. This system is going to move west like we were expecting into Mexico, and now formed Tropical Storm Jerry going to go way out into the deep Atlantic. And we're going to look at all of that and more later on Sunrise.
Something everyone has in their kitchen is turning 80 years old today. That's when the defense contractor Raytheon patented what is now known as the microwave oven. It was invented by a man named Percy Spencer. He was working on radio and radar equipment while experimenting with a magnetron. He noticed it melted the payday candy bar in his pocket. After some tweaking, the microwave oven was born. But it was huge and expensive, and the tech sat mostly unused. It wasn't until 1967 when Amana, which was owned by Raytheon at the time, shrunk it down to a tabletop size. 69 years ago, shopping was revolutionized. That's when the first enclosed mall opened. Southdale Mall in suburban Minneapolis was the brainchild of Dayton's department store owner Donald Dayton. He wanted to entice shoppers to come out during the city's famous frigid winters. The 80,000 square foot mall opened with 72 tenants, a skating rink, a giant bird cage, and a post office. Even though malls aren't as popular in the U.S. as they once were, Southdale Mall is still open. It has more than 85 retailers and restaurants. The massive Mall of America is also located in suburban Minneapolis. And for National Heroes Day, we've got just the story for you. Not all heroes wear capes. Sometimes they wear collars. In Florida, a distraught man called police concerned about his missing wife. She went for a nighttime walk with her son's 100-pound dog named Eeyore and didn't come back as usual. The loyal pup went and found a nearby officer and led her right to the senior citizen who was injured after falling during her walk. The deputy called an ambulance to the scene for help, and they both praised Eeyore for being a good boy and saving the day. Hopefully he gets a lot of wet food. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. The moments before a crash captured, raising pressing questions. New video has emerged showing the moment a medical helicopter crashed onto a major highway in Sacramento, California Monday. The video shows the low-lying aircraft drop in altitude before plunging onto the eastbound lanes onto Highway 50 shortly after 7 p.m. The chopper had just completed a patient drop-off at a nearby hospital when it suffered an in-air emergency on its return to base. 3 crew members were on board, a pilot, a nurse, and a paramedic. They are all critically injured. According to CNBC, gold futures crossed the 4,000 per ounce mark today, and that's an all-time high. And investors seek a safe haven from a weaker dollar, geopolitical and economic uncertainty, and stubborn inflation. The price has jumped more than 50% this year alone, as the U.S. dollar index has dropped about 10%. Gold prices also saw a bump after the Fed cut interest rates last month, making short-term debt instruments like Treasury bills less attractive to investors. A plane crash between Beeville and Skidmore is under investigation. A small non-commercial plane crashed Tuesday afternoon off U.S. Highway 181, killing the pilot. He was the only person on board. Records show the Beechcraft 35 Bonanza aircraft took off from the Beeville Airport shortly before crashing. The FAA is looking into what made the plane go down. The Refugio County Commissioners ended the order banning outdoor burning in that county. The issue of outdoor burning will remain a standing Commissioners Court agenda item for future consideration should they find that unsafe conditions exist. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV, the Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And I finally got a look at that harvest moon late, I think it was last night, a couple hours ago. And the sun is trying to reclaim its glory after that moon was really outshining everything.
That's right. We actually got a lovely sunrise coming over us this morning. You can see all sorts of colors out there, and it looks like the sunrise is actually trying to match us, Carolina. We're both wearing pink out there. Look at all the pink in the sky. And actually, this camera is facing east. If you look west, you got that bright, bright moon Carolina was talking about. So get out there and see that, because right now we're starting out the day 71 degrees in Victoria. Dew point still a degree off at 70. Bringing us that high whopping humidity of 96%. So just apply some hairspray. Don't worry about fog this morning. Temperatures, everyone looking at low 70s. Got some upper 70s on the coast. So y'all just stay hydrated today, because with a warm morning, it means it's going to be another warm October day. Looking at a high of 93 in Port Lavaca. A bit warmer in Victoria, 94 today. And also a bit warmer in Cuero. I'm thinking 95 today. So y'all stay safe in the heat. It'll be with us only for today, because the cool front is here tomorrow night. And we're seeing lows right back in the 60s.
Thank you for being with us this morning. Join Shauna, Dawn, Matt, Clovio, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Make it a great Wednesday.